The science behind becoming a great sportsman integrates mental, physical and technical aspects. Horse jockey Ian Sturgeon spent some time at KeNako Golf and Sports Academy to be challenged by the experts on all these components. Ian will learn the power behind relaxation, how to train effectively for weight loss, and, being a keen golfer himself, some useful tips on the putting green. But first, let's get to know the man on the horse better.
I am Ian Sturgeon, professional jockey from Durban, KZN. Originally from Northern Ireland. I started riding at the age of 4, where I rode my first pony, and it ran away with me, and yeah, that's where it all started. My inspiration came from my dad, actually. He's a rider himself. He rode a bit of amateur riding in Northern Ireland, and he was with me when I caught my first trout on my 4th birthday, and went to school in Northern Ireland when I was 4 as well, so that was a big year for me. And my dad helped me get going in riding, and he inspired me to go on to bigger things as well. We moved to South Africa when I was 7, and I kept riding. And then at 12 I got my first racehorse. I got a chance. There was a groom strike at Clarewood training centre, and I was able to have my first go on a real racehorse, and it's obviously a big difference. He's been an awesome tutor for me. He's we've got a very close bond. He taught me, he bucks a lot, so he taught me to sit on a horse and he's quite naughty, but he taught me a lot, and when I went to the academy I was able to ride, and he simplified that a lot, the whole beginning stages. When we did a bit of bush racing in the Mondi forest up in KZN, and I won my first few bush races. I had 100% strike rate for the first few of them, but then I got beaten on a pony, unfortunately. So no, it was really fun. The racing was in me, and once you've tasted that, it's very difficult to let it go. My first winner was Paddy's Prospect, aptly named. Obviously I'm from Northern Ireland, not a paddy, but. And she was a tiny little horse, but she was really gutsy, and we won by the shortest of short heads. And I stood up astride before the line because it was only my 6th ride, and I didn't realise the line was still coming. But we won, and the numbers in the frame, that's the main thing. I came to KeNako mainly to lose weight, but other than that I realised that moving into a place like KeNako can really change the way you think about your sport, and really having much more of a strategy into the gymming side of it. Jockeys don't go to the gym much, and the nutritional side, and really being a healthy, balanced jockey. The expertise that is at KeNako is probably unprecedented. There's the physical, mental, the technical side of sport is handled here in every possible way. The scientific side of becoming a great sportsman has increased a lot. I want to become an exceptional sportsman, like even aim for what my boss has done in racing. Michael Roberts, he's been an amazing inspiration to me to be better than what I am. I've never worked with anyone like Michael. He's got a work ethic that is quite unreal. He spends no time away from his horses. He really is a workaholic, and that's obviously, as a jockey, his success came from really being on the cutting edge at all times, walking the track every meeting. And he's shown me that what it takes to be a champion. Working with a guy who's won the championship 11 times does open your eyes to what it takes. And he also says you have to be on the cutting edge in every way. And so this is a way. He said that it's probably a good idea for me to come to KeNako, and also try and exceed those expectations of what I had for myself earlier.
Being a professional horse jockey, Ian is exposed to a lot of pressure and stress. The key to optimum performance is the ability to relax in a stressful situation. Ian spent some time with Stephen Burr, KeNako's sports psychologist, to learn about the techniques behind relaxation.
What we were talking about yesterday is obviously optimizing relaxation within your body so that you can transfer that relaxed state and calm state through to the horse. Okay, what you said is what you need. And what we do is we use relaxation to create a calm state or induce a calm state within you. First, I need to describe to you the relationship between performance and our bodies. There's a direct relationship between the two, and it looks pretty much like that. Okay, inverted U hypothesis. Yeah. Whereby, if the physical arousal level increases, so does our ability to perform. Okay, so when we're sleeping, there's not much going on, there's not much performance. So our physical arousal systems are actually quite inert, they're very low, and we breathe in, our heart's beating, a few subconscious thoughts, but that's pretty much it. As we awaken, we become more alert, our physical arousal state increases, and so does our ability to perform. And we all have a peak, okay? And that can be related to an optimal level of physical arousal. Now, if we create a little zone, okay, here we have a range, that there is where we want to perform. So that's where you want to be when riding a horse. Okay, it's in that optimal zone, we call it the zone. Okay, now it's very important to be able to maintain that. However, what most times happens with most sports persons is they get over-aroused when the pressure's on, the stress, the big race, etc. It's all excitement, the adrenaline is pumping through your body. And what happens is the physical arousal system actually increases. But what happens with the performance is it decreases. So relaxation is actually a key tool to what we're doing here.
Stephen's tip is that it is important to be able to relax under pressure, thereby increasing your ability to perform at an optimal level.
Yeah, Stephen, that's going to make a huge difference. The horses are, it's going to keep their blood pressure down, and hopefully, that'll react in horses not having epistaxis, so they'll obviously perform a lot better. That's going to help a lot. I'm
going to teach you the entire process of relaxation. You're going to be learning cues that you're going to be able to actually apply when sitting on the horse just before you're about to start a race, which immediately induces a calm state within you, which then can transfer to the horse, which is important. So should we do some relaxation?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it.
Stephen taught Ian different relaxation techniques, some of which included breathing, specific muscle tension and focusing exercises.
I want you to start taking slow deep breaths. Breathe into your nose and breathe out your mouth. Breathe with your diaphragm, slowly breathe into your nose and breathe out your mouth. I want you on the next inhale to tense your legs, only your leg muscles. Feel the tension in the legs, hold that tension in your legs as you continue to take slow deep breaths.
Through these exercises, Ian was able to go into a state of complete relaxation. After all that relaxation, it was time to get the blood pumping. Ian's main goal is to lose weight in a healthy way, and Jan Fourie, the biokineticist at KeNako, is just the man to help him with that.
Our goal today is to first do an assessment to see what you are capable of at the moment in terms of your fitness. So we're going to focus especially on your cardiovascular fitness, because what's going to be very important for us for the weight loss program is the cardiovascular exercise. Now, cardiovascular exercise need to be monitored because we want to train at the right level of intensity for different purposes, for weight loss, for endurance training, or for cardiovascular fitness.
Ian's goal is to lose weight, and Jan explained to him how his exercise routine needs to be structured in order to train effectively for weight loss.
In a workout, we need to start with high intensity cardiovascular, or then the weights, because we need to burn as much carbohydrates as we can in the first half of your training session, so the first half an hour especially. So then we need to get that heart rate up to 90-95% of your maximum, so that will be up into the 180 range, 180 beats per minute. Okay, and that's going to be hard work. We're going to have to push, and that's also going to be great to improve your fitness, your cardiovascular fitness. Okay, then what we need to do at the end of the session is we need to then slow down, because the way your body works, if you want your body to use the fat as energy source, you need to work at a lower rate. You need to work at 60% of your maximum recommended heart rate. So if we calculate that for you, that is going to be a heart rate of 140 beats per minute.
Okay.
For Ian to train at the right intensity level, Jan did an assessment with him in KeNako's gym to determine his fitness level. The The results from this assessment will be used to monitor Ian's progress and to make adjustments in his training program. Working with the heart rate monitor is essential for effective training.
So we're going to make you work at different work levels. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a warm-up at 50 watts for 1 minute, and then after a minute we'll put the resistance up. You can go a little bit faster. We want to go to 100 watts, and I'll take down the heart rate. We'll see how your heart rate reacts to the different work levels. And the whole purpose of this is we want to see how fit you are, how well conditioned the cardiovascular system is.
Ian started pedaling away while Jan kept a close eye on his heart rate. After the assessment, it was back to the office to recap.
Okay, so we've done your assessment. To sum it up then, what this was all about is for you to realize that the intensity of your exercise, the intensity level that you train at, is very important, because different levels of intensity have different effects on your body. So if you want to train to improve your endurance, you need to train at that certain level, at 75% of your maximum recommended. If you want to train for improving your fitness, we said that's at 90-95% of your maximum, so that's where we do those intervals. And then for fat burn, we need to slow down and train at 60%.
Jan's tip is to train at the intensity level that corresponds with your training goals. Wearing a heart rate monitor is therefore essential.
It'd be nice if we could race with heart rate monitors, so that we could, really get a proper gauge of how much energy the horse is using. Like you explained to me, I can over a long space of time I can keep my heart rate at about 160. And as jockeys, you've got to try and judge that without a heart rate monitor. It's going to be interesting.
So yeah, that's it for today. Well done. You did very well.